from the station that's on your side. News 12, first at 5, continues.
We are seeing trees on homes, power lines down, and a lot of rain dumped. Check out this pavilion. This is in Sally. This is the aftermath across the CSA. A lot of photos coming in of your damage, but just a mess out there after storms ravaged the area for most of the morning into the early afternoon. But the storms have moved through, but the damage, that is yet to be cleaned up. You can see this is some video out of Burke County. We have crews there. They've been out today as neighbors are helping pick up the pieces, but that cleanup is just getting started. It's not confirmed yet, but officials do believe a tornado touched down in that area. The weather crews will be out there, the National Weather Service, to survey that and see if in fact it was a tornado. But our Wrdw is live from Waynesboro Road in Burke County, where a home took a big hit, Will.
Yeah, that's right, Laura. Old Waynesboro Road out here in Burke County was one of the hardest hit areas. And actually traveling down old Waynesboro Road, you can see where that possible tornado made its way through the woods as you go down the road. But I'm going to step out of the way so you can see some of this damage. There is a massive tarp over this house right now after a massive tree fell onto the front. This is actually the front of the house where there's a bathroom. The entire kitchen was destroyed according to the owner there. But that's not the only major damage that we saw. Just driving down Highway 25 in Burke County, you can see snapped trees and power lines everywhere you go. Campbell Circle was another hard-hit neighborhood with several downed trees. We talked with the Burke County Sheriff's Office and the EMA. Calls started flooding in at around 11 a.m. this morning with what they believe was a tornado that swept through the area. Emergency crews were immediately sent out to start looking at the damage. Tim Gratis, who's the owner of the house that I'm at right now, he says the storm came through and went within minutes, leaving behind significant damage.
I mean, I got cows, you know, I got to feed them, take care of them, and still try to put my life back together all at the same time. I feel blessed. I got my wife, I got my dog. The rest of it's just a thing.
And like you heard Tim say there, he's okay, his wife is okay, his dog thankfully okay. Everyone got out of the house safely. Him and his friends have been working afternoon to clean up this mess. And I want to show you that tree that I was talking about earlier. You can just see how large this tree was that came down right in his front yard. Here's the root of that tree. It's almost taller than me standing right next to it, completely uprooted. I talked to Burke County EMA. They said that they're going to continue cleanup efforts throughout the evening into the night. They expect by tomorrow morning that all of this will be cleaned up. But for this homeowner here, obviously going to be a long road to rebuild. We'll have his full story all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, that's a tree. Luckily, everyone inside was okay, Will. We have Riley here in team coverage. He's been here most of the day, but Riley, it seems like we're finally in the clear.
Well, much more on the forecast in just a bit, but first let's toss it over to meteorologist Anthony Carpino with more on the damage reports that we saw across the area earlier today. Anthony.
Yeah, Riley, we definitely seen a lot of damage earlier this afternoon and earlier this morning as those storms rolled through the CS already. Let's first go out to Burke County with Richmond County. We have a couple different reports, also where Rio is right now, and we have noticed from the Weather Service there that they've indicated reports of trees down along Georgia 56 and a couple different roadways out there. And as we go more toward our west, you actually can make out some of these light polygons here. This is right now a preliminary report on where we actually might be able to determine if there was a tornado or not. So the National Weather Service is going to be paying close attention, especially in some of our eastern counties. They're going to go up through the Ridge Spring, Monetta area, all the way down outside of the CSRA in Lexington County. Of course, they did have that observed tornado just south of the Columbia Airport. They are going to keep a close eye on that. We'll see if we can pop up another little observation here from what they had earlier today. Let's see if we can get this guy to work. So we did have another one near the Blackville area. This is where our Hallie Turner is at, where they had about 30 structures that had some kind of damage. Of course, we've seen so far those pictures of those that mobile home getting pushed off its foundation. Aiken County near Kitchens Mill, they also had a report out there with more trees down, and they actually had a building that got destroyed right on Farmer Road and Highway 302 out there in Aiken County. So we've definitely seen damage both on the Georgia side of the river as well as on the South Carolina side. over to Jefferson County really quick. I don't want to forget about you guys. Just to the north of Louisville, right along Highway 1 there, we'll go to that report. Also seeing some more of those damaged trees and power lines down at Highway 269 near Jefferson County Middle School. So lots of damage across the CSRA. We're going to have more coverage on that as we go through the rest of this evening.
After 33 years of coaching and having an impact on countless lives, former Burke County and Laney High School head football coach Eric Parker has announced his retirement. Sports director Dan Booth joins us with his legacy and career.
Thank you, Laura. In over 3 decades of coaching, despite all the success between the lines and tallying up over 200 wins, including a state championship and multiple region championships, Coach Parker always put his players first. Back in October, Coach Parker suffered a heart attack on the sideline during a game, and while that health scare, his doctors and his family did have an impact on his decision, he says retirement has been on his mind for a while. When reflecting on his amazing career, Coach Parker discussed some of his favorite memories as well as the impact his players and the communities he's been a part of have had on him.
I'm happy that I had a chance to do this. I'm happy that I had a chance to meet the people that I met, and I'm happy that I got a chance to go some of the places that I did because of football and being a head coach at these 2 schools. I'm hoping that whatever comes my way, it'll be something different, and it'll still allow me to help people in some form or fashion.
Parker went on to say he has always appreciated the love and support he's received over the years, especially when it came to his family's health. Now, as for what's next for Coach Parker, at the end of the interview, he mentioned that he wants to take some golfing lessons, and Coach, I might have to join you to get my swing going before the Masters, but I'll have more on the legendary coach's legacy at the top of the hour.
Okay, wishing him all the best in retirement. A community health needs assessment shedding some light on health concerns in Orangeburg, Bamberg, and Calhoun counties. Now regional medical centers are working to put together a community improvement plan to try to tackle some of those big health needs. Lack of access to things like affordable health care, healthy foods, and information on how to live a healthy lifestyle were some of the top health concerns. A lack of transportation, that was also a problem when patients need to get to their appointments. Dr. Franklin Coulter has practiced medicine in Orangeburg County for more than 40 years. He says he's seen up close how a lack of access to affordable health care affects his patients.
The ones that don't have insurance frequently don't come. They may make 1 or 2 appointments, but they don't make the rest of them. So they're not very compliant with either appointments or getting medication.
It is not cheap. The RMC Director of Grants heads the Community Improvement Plan. She says in 2019 they made a similar assessment. People had concerns then, and because of that, some of this year's improvement plan has already been put in place. We are 10 days away from the City of Augusta MLK Parade. Our local NAACP branch will celebrate the life and legacy of civil rights icon Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It kicks off at 1 in the afternoon. It's at the Dias Park Community Center, and then they go around downtown. Great parade starts at 1 o'clock on January 14th. Next on News 12, First at 5, a state nonprofit that helps thousands of Georgians in need is overflowing with donations. Now they need help to expand.
And it is a beautiful end to the day after a very rough weather start. We had a number of severe weather reports across the region. More on the forecast there and also the weekend forecast just after break.
State Social behind me closed on Friday. Find out now what the county is looking to add to their alcohol ordinance. All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Take it through, now walk with you.
A Georgia nonprofit is bursting at the seams with donations. They're having to turn some away simply because their building's too small, even though the need in the community for those services is growing by the week. Sonia Bussey has more.
The organization, a continuation of a grandmother's legacy.
She would feed the neighborhood children when we were younger.
The building itself,
Phase 2 of sucking it in.
the organization has outgrown.
So how do you get to that elderberry back there?
We have small people, because I certainly can't get in those tight spaces.
Feeding Georgia Families does it all. They help families in need with food, clothes, books, renter's assistance, housing resources, pet supplies, and more.
Every bit of space we've got, we're trying to use.
Thousands of Georgians in need come through these doors every week. If they're too embarrassed to ask for help, they can pick up groceries for free out front. Crews here say they've seen the need for their services grow by the week. And as some COVID relief programs expire,
Increase period across the board between January to June of this year.
the problem is space. There is not enough of it here.
Freezer's full as well. Next fridge, same story.
Boxes are lined up down the hallway, donations piled high in rooms, more boxes stacked up, ready to go out to families in need. Small corners have turned into storage closets. All of these donations will be completely gone and replaced with more in about a week.
People shouldn't have to think like this. Do I want lights or do I want food? But for a lot of people it is. So we try to alleviate that pressure.
Right now, some large donations have to be turned away. Not because there isn't a need, but because there is no room. Feeding Georgia Families believes more space will allow them to serve the growing need in the Atlanta community at a time when families desperately need help.
We work with what we have. We come from it from a standpoint of gratitude first, and then we work towards our goal.
And outside, closer to home, we're taking a look at
Sunday. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. We're going to get those cooler mornings back, waking up in the 30s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then possibly another chance for rain as we head to next Tuesday.
This is the place to be if you want to see the future. After the break, we have a look at the return of the Consumer Electronics Show. You're watching News 12 on your side.
Cracks in your brake? Right. Rely on Ramjack.
For the first time in 3 years, the world of consumer technology will be in one place at CES in Las Vegas. Consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker is in Las Vegas covering the show all week and has more on what we can expect in the future.
Well, there was no CES in 2021, and last year only about 45,000 people here. It was mostly remote. This year, about 100,000 people are expected. And when these doors open Thursday, well, we really don't know what to expect. It takes weeks for companies to set up in the Las Vegas Civic Center, 3,200 exhibitors, and if you want to see the latest in tech and inventions, this is the place.
So you've been here for how many?
This is my 17th CES.
17th?
Yes, yes.
And is there anything in particular that has stood out?
The thing to me that's changed in the last 17 years is that every technology, or every company is a technology company these days. You know,
CES spokesperson Allison Freed tells me that will be even more evident this year.
We've got the latest in digital health, therapeutics, remote monitoring. We've got the building blocks of the metaverse. We've got, you name it, it is going to be here. Agricultural tech is here.
One of the more interesting categories this year, the metaverse.
Everyone's still trying to figure out what that is, what it means, and I can't wait for you to talk to all the companies on the show floor this year to figure out where we're going with the metaverse, because it's going to be a wild ride.
The exhibition hall doesn't open until Thursday, but until then we've been invited to a few events where we can actually touch some of these inventions from smaller companies from around the world. These are always exciting. We'll bring you that coverage later this week. At CES in Las Vegas, that's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
All right, excited to see what's in our future. Due to a surge in COVID cases outside of the U.S., CES is requiring all visitors from China to present a negative COVID test before they enter any of the official events. Okay, you need to get rid of that old dried out Christmas tree. The Army Corps will be accepting those trees all the way through January 15th. They can be dropped off below the dam park where Anthony was. He was telling us about this program, the Amity Boat Ramp or Keg Creek Boat Ramp in Georgia. On the South Carolina side, the Dorn and Parkville boat ramps will also accept those trees. And if you can't make it out to Clarksdale Lake, you can drop off the tree with Georgia Power. This Saturday, they'll be out on Evans to Locks Road, chipping down those old trees. So if you drop it off, you just need to remove the stand, all decorations. They'll be recycling those into mulch. Riley?
Well, if you have a tea time tomorrow, the weather's looking very nice. We're going to see a lot of sunshine and temperatures generally in the 60s tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a look at the weekend forecast for you just after break.
You've been introduced. Checkers 2 for $4 mix and match menu gives you double the choices because you're working double the shifts. So pick any two: spicy chicken, checker burger, crispy fish, chili dog, and now the fry lover's burger. Big variety for a little scratch. Checkers 2 for $4 mix and match menu.
It's bow time. Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. One bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2 for $4 deal won't last forever. It's bow time.
Your morning